Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. The topic today, Ubisoft, and how everything has been going for them, and like their recent decisions with Assassin's Creed Shadows and all of that stuff, which is just like it's I don't know, man. I really don't want to get really into the topic because like there's so much stuff, and if I start somewhere there will be no end. But I had the urge and I thought like I have to give my thoughts of to it as well, because it's impossible not to say anything, especially I'm a critic. I'm a critic and I love like to speak my mind. And I like most of the time in my experience and my own and I'm on and I'm only 20 years old, 28 years old. I'm only 28 years old, but I was always the most hated because like I like to speak how it actually is and not just like sugarcoat stuff and do that and yeah, go with the flow because that's what the industry needs me to be, or like whatever. So I always feel like if I like something, man, I have no problem saying that out loud. But the same goes if we turn that the other way around. The same goes for that. And yeah, that's why I like to start with that one because it's absolutely wild. Look at this. Ubisoft. Let's get into the topic. I mean, I can't really explain what is going on there, but their stock flatlined. It actually just flatlined. Yeah, I can't see it. I saw yesterday that their stock flatlined, but look at this. Their 1996, they're close to the same as it was. Imagine like investing 30 years back. Imagine like investing 30 years back and all you get is that. That's the that's what it's all about. Imagine like spending everything on whatever. No, that's just oh my God. And then I saw like a critic like, oh, Ubisoft CEO blames organized criticism for poor game reception. And it's always, I mean, like, we've seen how they operate. We've seen how the mentally ill woke journalists like operate. We really do. They're singing the song of holding hands of diversity. And it's absolute. And then now he blames them because he followed their critics. And they're all in the same boat. They just trying to go left, go woke or go broke. That's it, bro. Go woke or go broke. You can't and you should not spend any ounce of affection and attention. Don't give it to them. That critic actually, yeah, he said something that I really liked, man. As I write this, I'm pretty sure that the one and only Ubisoft game that anyone has any interest in rumored remake for Assassin's Creed, the only Assassin's Creed people want to be remaked or like renewed, whatever, is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I remember, bro, that's like older than GTA 5. That's for real older. And he actually, I will link that article because he said some good stuff in there. Got a little ranty there, but what can I say? I don't like being blamed for others' bad decision. So I think Mr. Guillermo, that article is pretty good. That it's nice, and he approaches that as well, because the diversity and the wokeness like they're trying to implement in their games, and then people like Ubisoft actually do it. They do it, and then they blame the critics for their bad decision. Like he said in the like, yeah, you can't do that. I mean, like, yeah, the critics are like on, don't pay attention to them, but that's just absolutely absurd. He's taking the victim card. I mean, like, let's see, 6.2 average. That's it. Let's see. Over 5 million copies. Across the weakest sales. Look at this. It's not trustworthy enough. Yeah. And that's the thing. There's going to be a financial call 28 days ago. Asmongold said it as well, but they postponed that. They actually postponed the earnings call, which is completely, yeah, it's crazy. They postponed it and we haven't heard anything since. Look at that example. We want to be on the right side of history. Ubisoft partners with police to jail gamers for their in-game speech. How can you do that? How can you be pro gamers and do something like that? Or like let AI rule over the game chats and then ban almost everybody that says like just yeah, gets rage baited into saying the wrong thing. It's just not it's just not the way things has been going lately. It's mind blowing, honestly. 6.2. That's very bad. Want to see their? I love the game. I decided to replay Shadow to try a new game plus. Everything is same and very bad story. Yeah, zero classico padra. Yeah, everything in this game is tedious grind from perks to gear. Yeah, if you want to experience raw rage level of anger frustration, this is the game for. Oh my God! And I think, man, those probably paid critics, those tens. Look at this. It's an amazing game. Field combat, the right how. Yeah, a really good game. I really enjoyed to play it. Yeah, yeah. Gotta learn to let go. Oh, Gesamtkosten. Now I start to speak German. My bad. The total cost to create that was 100 to 250 million. Then they spend an additional 100 million on marketing and everything, and they only sold 5 million. They only sold 5 million copies. And that's exactly why it looks like that. That's exactly why it looks like that. Look at this. How that's honestly so sad, man. That's so sad. Look at this in 2021. That's when the woke movement started. They were wiping everybody off. I mean, sure there were other giants, other big titles, sure, but they were. Look at this. It's so sad actually to see that. To go from that. Look what they had to build. from 1996 all the way to like, I don't know, maybe here. What was that? 2015. That's 19 years. Yeah, 19 years, 20 years. And then in January, it's March 2016. I think with Siege, man. Siege was a big factor. Siege was, they have a lot of other stuff as well, sure. But like because of the esports and everything, Siege was consistently for the last 10 years. And what is the next? These 10 years, Siege was out. But they put in some paid subscriptions as well now. Let's see. Rainbow Six paid subscription membership. I mean, like they're trying to squeeze everybody for money. And look at this. Look at this. Yeah, accept it all. Is that is that the face of a tactical shooter? I'm Is that the face of a tactical shooter? You tell me, boys. I think it's absolutely it's frustrating to think that this is the face of that this is the face. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Honestly, uh, and that's exactly why that article. See, now I found it. IGN posted it. That's exactly. They need to make money, and they realize it now. And that will happen with Call of Duty. That will happen with a lot of stuff, with a lot of games. So mark my words. Mark my words. It's not far. And listen to the people. There's always people telling me, or like when I see videos, uh, don't listen to the customer. The customer is the most important. If it's your fans, if it's your customer who buy your product, who watch your service, who use your, yeah, whatever, man. You can't do that. If the customer doesn't want it, man, you can't shove it down their throats. But that's exactly that whole woke movement they're doing. That's that idiotic. I'm sorry, but that before, that's not the face of Siege. But that's the face of Ubisoft. That's the face of Ubisoft. And I played Rainbow, like I was not that good. Like I played it yesterday, and I got eliminated by Knock, and she had an LMG type of weapon that looked like IQ's LMG, but it had the fire rate, not the fire rate of an LMG looks like a DMR and sounds like a DMR, but the fire rate of an LMG, and it was locked behind a paid subscription. Yeah, back to Shadows. How many African samurai were there? There was one in the history. Sure, that was the one and only. Fair, you can make a title out of that and give me good enough reason to pursue that. Sure, but the whole Ghost of Yotai thing, I mean, it's kind of the same, but it's different. Blacks. It's just like that movement is being represented again. It's just that. And that was the guy. That Charles Benoit was the guy that thought it was really good to try a black samurai, an African samurai. That's what he thought. That's what actually that was behind that. Yeah, and I'm not with it. I can't. And Ubisoft, you deserve it. Everything that is happening, you deserve it. The stock flatline, you postponed the earnings call, which clearly indicates that you got nothing to show for. And we kind of have accepted just because we got used to being treated or we got used to getting less for our money. And a good friend of mine, we just played Rainbow like a few hours back, and he told me as well, like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, like they released a season without an operator. If you know, you know. In year three, in the middle of year three, to the mixture to four. I think four had it because of Mozzie and Gridlock. Then Nock came with Warden. I think they appeared at the same time as well. But yeah, after that, I think after that it happened, and they went from two up from a new map every season with content, with everything, everything that the battle pass includes. They gave us those stuff for unlocking in a season, whatever. There was new content always because the season was set after a certain theme, and now they switched. They gave us one operator. They switched from two to one. Gave us one. There was a real big people having were having issues with that, but still nothing happened. Nothing changed in the end. There was one operator and one new map. Then it was just one operator. The map fell away. One whole year there was not a new map, just reworks. Just reworks. 1 year. That's the whole cycle of a Call of Duty game. We didn't get a whole year of not new content. And now they removed the operator. They're only giving a gun. Before it was two operators, maybe with four new guns. Now it's just a gun. And a friend of mine was like, "Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, I get it. There's so many operators and stuff." And I'm like, "That's the exact reason, boy. Don't you get it? That's the reason why they keep doing these stuff to us. That's the exact reason. Stay there and pay money for that paid subscription. I mean, yeah, I got the battle pass in Rainbow Six as well. I mean, like, who doesn't? If you play a game, it's not much to pay $8 in 3 months. Fair. But I mean, Ubisoft deserves everything they got. That's the only thing I'm gonna keep saying. That's the only thing. Honestly, yeah, I wanna see what he has to say to that.
Die Grossweihnachtsaktion.
Let's see. Let's see what he has to say.
There are a lot of people that were on like massive copium here that Assassin's Creed did super well. Here's the real question, right? If they announced that the company was doing really well and Assassin's Creed was actually a huge commercial success and it was the big game that everything was riding on, why was the result of this earnings report that the stock went down? That's a 20% drop.
If you go and actually listen to the earnings report, it's obvious why.
The quarter was marked by the Assassin's Creed Shadows release that launched on March 20, delivering the second highest
March. I thought it was May. That was my bad. Yeah.
Day one sales revenue in franchise history and setting a new record for Ubisoft day one performance on the PlayStation Digital Store.
What is the sort of hurdle rate that Assassin's Creed Shadows has crossed in terms of units sold? Thank you.
Yeah, so on Assassin's Creed Shadows, we don't disclose units sold.
They never actually said they sold 3 million copies and instantly dodged the question.
Assassin's Creed Shadows has now been beat out by Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a game that was added to Steam almost 7 years ago. How many of you, whenever you're doing your report to your company that you work at, you tell your boss, I've got good news. We only lost $90 million.
See, that's what I mean. I said before, they spent 200 plus millions. They lost probably more. 90,000, 90 million in loss, while the previous year had a profit of 351 point. Oh my God.
And 9/11. So Mighty Keith, 9/11 for grifters. Listen, I don't know why these people are so allergic to reality. It also set a day one record for.
That's the best thing. Ubisoft is allergic to reality, but soaks up left criticism or like left consumer base. But these consumers don't care. These consumers, the left, don't care about the product. They care about the agenda. They will not play that game. Probably not. No, because they're too occupied ruining everybody else day.
Performance on PSN, day one PlayStation Network Ubisoft performance record. Like, do you understand how many qualifying statements that goes through? And I even made a tweet about this. I said this should have been obvious to anyone when they started using deceptive vocabulary, players versus sales, and unorthodox and irrelevant success points. No one who's winning does this, only losers do. Why is it a massive success and the stock goes down? The copium with this is unbelievable. Just be honest. What are we doing here? Why are we even having this conversation?
Allergic to criticism, allergic to reality, and they really need to step up their game and wake up. It's not working. It's just not working. So you go back, you see what did work, and you follow that path. And with that being said, I don't have nothing more to say because there's not much to say. Be reflective, watch your mistakes, and then do better in life and for Ubisoft. I'm out. Oh, like, comment, and subscribe, turn on notification, and we all gotta do it. But yeah, see you later.